In today's unboxing, we take a look at Suppressed Memories, a figure and tile collection for Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, as well as the conversion kit from the base game. Let's take a look.
There are hobbyists among us, geniuses with the ability to play any game they want to. In 1978, a corporation known as The Interior isolated a young hobbyist named John and exploited his genius for their entertainment.
Then one day, their hobbyist ran away. Here we have Suppressed Memories, a figure and tile collection for Mansions of Madness, the 2nd Edition. What this is if you never got into the Mansions of Madness, the 1st Edition, this is all of, for what I understand, the figures, tiles, that kind of stuff. And there's actually two of these. To get everything, you have to get this and the other one. But it's to be able to have all of the components from the original Mansions of Madness and with the 2nd Edition core to have, everything from the first over onto here, and then you just need this conversion kit to finish it off, which this part was in the core. So potentially you don't even need this if you were to just use the components of the core, except for maybe the world tiles. But the way Mansions of Madness works is when you pull up the app, you let it know what all you have. So you would just put in the core edition. Then once you get here, this figure and tile collection, you mark that as I have this as part of my collection. It then incorporates all of this material into the game. So if you replay scenarios, it should potentially change the baddies, the minions, the monsters that will come at you, the tiles that you'll lay down. And to me, that is absolutely fantastic. I love that idea, where the more you buy, the system itself is smart enough to upgrade it and incorporate it into your game. There's our side, Suppressed Memories, and then the back. So we can see it's Fantasy Flight Games. It does require Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition to play. Includes plastic figures and tiles from the 1st Edition expansion, Forbidden Archery and Call of the Wild. Okay, so this is letting us know what parts from that 1st Edition that this is pulling from. We can see some of the monsters, some of the figures, and then of course some of the base tiles, and then a little lore. Explore the unknown again. The investigators of Arkham must face ancient evils and impossible forces once again, both behind closed doors and beneath the heavy shadows of the forest. There, the thirst for forbidden knowledge burns beyond reason, and horrifying forms lurk, hidden from unwary wanderers. Expand your Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition game with Suppressed Memories. This collection contains all of the Investigator Figures, monster figures, and map tiles from Forbidden Alchemy and Call of the Wild expansions from Mansions of Madness, the 1st Edition. This box provides everything you will need to incorporate these components into the 2nd Edition, making it perfect for players who do not own the 1st Edition materials. In addition, these components enable you to add new scenarios and more alternate maps to the digital app. If you already own the plastic figures and tiles from Mansions of Madness, the 1st Edition expansions, Forbidden Alchemy and Call of the Wild, you do not need to purchase this product. Now that sounds absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to dive into this thing. Now, one thing to take of note is this little blurb right here saying that if you do already own these two expansions from our, Mansions of Madness, the 1st Edition, you do not need this set. This set, for what I understand right now, is one of the more difficult Mansions of Madness expansions to get a hold of. I don't know about the Mansions of Madness 1st Edition and its expansions. I don't know how hard they are. Usually once 2nd editions come out, the first ones, they quit being made, but the prices drop down. So potentially if you can't find this, you could always just try to find maybe that Forbidden Alchemy and that Call of the Wild and go that way to try to simulate suppressed memories for Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. Well, let's go ahead and crack this open and see what we have inside. And like most of their games, most of their stuff, it is listed out the same cards or figures or components here down the center, and then the tiles up here at the top. So we'll go ahead and pull that out first. And we have the rules as well. Then we have our bases. What's this? Their little catalog. Ooh, a nice big figure. And then all of the other little figures and characters maybe? Oh, nope. There you go. And there are all our investigators. And then just a insert. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything. Here we have the instruction manual. Again, there was also this winter 2017 catalog in here. Just do a little quick. We won't really look at this too much. One, it's just a catalog of all of their product, but it's from 2017, so that's a couple years old now. So we don't really need to take a look at that. So here we have some credits of everything, how to use the expansions, letting us see what all is in here. Our 17 map tiles, 8 investigators, that is awesome, and 15 new figures, new monster bases. So it looks like there's 5 new monsters, just multiples of each. This is single to single sheet. Oh, so we don't need to have that. So we have looks like we have 2 new large figures. That is awesome. Probably one from each of those 2 expansions they talked about. Then all of the see, there's a lot more than what I assumed from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like there's 9 new monsters. So a total of, what did it say, 15? So 15 in total, 9 new ones. That is absolutely fantastic. I love that. And then of course, it tells us how it's used and everything like that. And these right here with these bases are always one of those ones where it's people either seem to absolutely love them or they hate them. They do take a good bit of room on the world, the maps themselves, and then cover up the great art on the map. So a lot of people will replace those with transparent round bases. I am on the other ladder. I absolutely love these bases. For one, I like to do custom bases. So for me, I don't care. I don't want the transparent. I'm going to put stuff on the base as it is anyway. But then to be able to slide the little boards in here, get some information, have everything on, have them be smart figures is what I'll call them. I absolutely love the bases. So I'm in that camp of loving the bases. But to each his own. If you want to replace them, you're completely up to you. A lot of people do it. Here is the instructions for the conversion kit. I figure since we're going over the instructions, I might as well show you this one as well. Just in case, if you have the base, you know exactly what this is. But the conversion kit has everything for both of those 2 figure and tile collections. Today we will be looking at this set because this is the one for suppressed memories here. So here we will go ahead and take a look at these. And these are those which we can see here, these little tiles that go into the bases. And then again, one of the things I absolutely love about Fantasy Flight is how much work they put into the lore for everything. Very cool. Alright, so up next we have the Investigator Figures. Now I was going to show these Investigator and their figure card with that conversion set all together, but it was causing the camera to focus to go a little haywire, so we will just do the figures and then the cards separately. You can definitely start to see a little better quality of figures and everything as the game goes on from the base moving forward. There's a little bit of damage right here you might have to fix, and you can see that mold line like with her, and then that last guy straight up the center. Now she is horribly crooked forward, but again, that is one of those easy things to fix with some hot water. You just put the hot water in there, then you dunk her in there, pull it out, bend it to where you want it to be, and then dunk it into some cold water to set it. So those kind of bends aren't really that big of a deal. Now I will admit, going through these guys and trying to label them up with the card, see him, he's massively bent to the side. He'll need to be done the same. A lot of these figures, they are more warped than I'm used to seeing. Luckily that is a fix that is easily done. If the figures themselves were damaged, that would be harder to fix. These little indents right here, they'll need a little fix. You can see I've been doing some painting. I'm all brown. And then her, you see another massively, and then those mold removers, those are absolutely terrible. Those will take a good bit of work. Horribly bent forward. But again, I'd rather have that kind of a problem. Come on, there we go. Than actually damaged figures that I'd not be able to fix myself. But there are the 8 investigators. Now we'll go through the cards for all the investigators. They are double-sided, with the front having the stats for the figure and the back having the lore for them. Again, that's one of those things I absolutely love about their games, that they do take all of that into consideration, add a good bit of lore. There's always a bunch of story with their games, especially these Arkham horror games. But of course, I guess it is easy. I mean, it's based on the Lovecraft novels or stories, so I mean, they do have a good bit to work with. Here are all of the location tiles for the game. You can see there are absolutely a ton of them. Luckily that damage is only on the outer edge. No worries there. Let's do a warp test where we just take some, flip it. There's a little bit of a warping going on. So you can see where we did that flip right there, how there's that gap now. Alright, that's alright. These are so thick, that's usually not an issue with theirs. Let's go ahead and look at these. And these are just absolutely gorgeous. And again, I love how, they're not, set, here we have, and I wonder, is this 1, 2, 3 spots? Very cool. Yes, that's its own room. That is so cool. I love that. Oh, I can't wait to add this in. See what kind of changes it makes. Oh, that's interesting. See, I love that. And this would be the very top of the roof, I guess, or a little balcony up on the roof, a little weather. Oh, that's somebody got their head bashed in there. That's disgusting. Oh. Oh, go this way. Cave Beyond. And, oh. Morgue. Old Oak. And Rooftop. Back path. That doesn't, this, I mean, this is a greenhouse. Why isn't it greenhouse 1842? Graveyard 2. Very cool. Hallway 5. I wonder if they had to change any of the names on here to make them fit. Or if it is like 100% straight up. I guess if they did that, then they would have had to, you know, if they wanted you to be able to use the expansions as is, they'd have to leave these names the same. So they'd have to make sure that they didn't screw up the names in the base. This is awesome. This is one giant tile for a nice giant bridge. That is so cool. And then a gigantic little stable where you can also for making horseshoes, and then a couple of the horses in there. Yeah, giant barn. Wow, that's so awesome. Let's see what's the best way to look at this. Yep, so we have the river and the covered bridge. This looks so much. My uncle has a mill up in Ohio. Just like his bridge. I might have to throw a picture of his bridge. That's so cool. And then the barn. Let's flip it. And then another giant single tile. So cool. Yeah, I'm definitely digging mill yard and a sawmill. Definitely digging this set. The water wheel. These, I mean, just these tiles alone, these are so awesome. Old forest. And then back to our normal large and small. Alright, there we go. And then, where are you? Okay, so we'll start here. Scarecrow, there he is. He's fallen down, Scarecrow. And then the pond. Alright, time for a little test real quick. Where are you? Oh, that's so cool. And then a potential different type of outlet. So maybe it could either be the pond or this little marsh. That is so cool. Can we do a drinking game based on this unboxing? How many times do I say that's so cool in the unboxing? There we go. A ritual site. Oh, that's awesome. Huh? Wasn't that so cool? And then our last one. Alright, so now I'm going to have to get some pig miniatures. So if I ever use this one. Here we're going to take a look at the monster figures for the game. They all have these kind of bases. Now of course they are in different sizes, but they all are this basic design where you have the spot to put your little insert. So here if we can flip it over, you can see where it would go in there. It'll flip in through the side. Some of them flip up, slide in from the bottom. And then it's got these little portions here, so that way if you have multiple monsters on the game, there are little colored little inserts like red, blue, whatever, so you can fit those in there. Though what a lot of people will do is they'll figure out, what kind of colors the game will ask for, and then paint the edges of the rims themselves that red, that blue, that purple, green, what have you. So rather than using that little insert, you can tell the difference by the base color. Let's go ahead and take a look at this first monster. This is one of the big ones. Oh, she's got a face on 3 sides. Oh, that's... Oh. Now it'd be hilarious if he had a face on the top too. A little bit of mold lining here that we'll have to deal with, and here you can see where he was put together right here, but where it all is, the seams are hidden pretty well where you'd expect natural creases to go. So I like that. That's nice. Very cool. Here are the rest of the monster figures. I have them laid out so you can also see the quantity of them all, where these two are singles and everybody else there are 2 of each. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Okay, that is the ultimate spider from heck. I mean, that's just... What do we have going on here? Again, one mouth. There's another mouth. There's a face going on. And right here you can tell that this top was put on. There's a good... I mean, that's terrible right there. That's going to take some work to try to fix this gap for this one. So this one's mold line or seam line, that's going to be hard to deal with. Oh. And then whatever this guy is that face? No, I don't think so. And then this little banshee-like girl. She is going to be vicious to paint. Look how small she is. Little plumber butt crack going on right there. Some new cultists by the looks of it. Then whatever the heck this thing is. And whatever this guy's attempting to do, I don't want to know. Love the wing though. And finally, that one. Very cool. Well, that is everything for Suppressed Memories, a figure and tile collection expansion for Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition by Fantasy Flight Games. I hope this unboxing has helped you determine if this is something you would be interested in getting, if this is something you would want to add to your Mansions of Madness game. I also hope it helps you to notice that there might potentially be another means when it comes to these two expansions, the Forbidden Alchemy and Call of the Wild. If you have a hard time finding this, who knows, you might be able to find those two. Just again to let you know that there might be another option, might be another means of procuring these items for your Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. Well, until next time, guys, I'll see you later.